Damn, you want a job?
Yeah, let's go.
Hiring engineers.
Yeah, where the software engineers at? There's the business major. Take all of your jobs.
Stop.
Easy. Yeah, let's go. All right. We're back into the fantasy. Oh, shit. Hey, Dina. Can you grab the
Can I grab the what? Why are you
Bluetooth
embarrassed?
speaker?
Musicless.
Wow.
That's why the
I can't.
vibes
I
were
swear.
off. No maidens.
Yeah, no
No
music. Yes, I swear I come prepared typically, but this is what a week off will do. It's in the bedroom.
Best thing is we only have to be like this prepared.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So what are we doing today?
Donka.
Pizza.
Multilingual.
Stop.
I could even say Donka Shay.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Ready to commit.
It's gonna say Avery's godly phone and everything. You're gonna be so embarrassed in front of everyone.
He already said Titus Mirkwood sympathizer, so what else is there to be embarrassed about?
Titus Mirkwood empathizer.
Stop, dude.
That's what you should change your phone name to on the speaker. Number 1, Titus Simp.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. You guys just don't like justice.
I love justice.
anyway.
I am number 2, Titus Simp.
Fuck Bahamut.
Yeah, fuck Bahamut. All right. We're back in it. All right. It is now July 29th, 1528.
You missed my birthday. Sorry.
Over the past week and a half, while Mitos, Humphrey, Nasu, and even Hayduk Sinesio have toiled over the design and build of the vessel itself, Osiren has been toiling upon the loom. Over 100 hours you have spent detailing, working over, and piecing together how exactly you planned to make it work. How you would tame and harness the power of the winds themselves. But you did it. You tirelessly wove the abjuration magics of the world into the glass that would contain it. You etched the evocation and enchantment magic into the vents and shafts that would guide it. And you lassoed, reeled in, and dominated the essence of the wind to obey your command. However, you were not done. And now you stand nervously within the hull of the ship, nearly complete, so close to your final goal, with only one last thing to do: initiate and stabilize the elemental engine. Looking down at your hand, you see your miracle of artificery, your core of magic, your winds of power. You hold within your hand a storm contained within the might of Grenmore, a translucent orb of swirling winds and the power upon the mountaintops. It vibrates and quakes against your skin, and you feel the heat of swirling orb winds and storms. Lightning arcing against the magical barrier of your make. And then you look to the container at the center of the second deck, square in the center of the ship and surrounded by enchanted mithril blast plates. The container itself is sat like a pillar in the center of it all, a thick glass pillar tinged with the power of magic like oil across the asphalt, swirling as if the liquid had been tainted, though in your heart you know it's stronger than most things. The pillar is kept in place by bracings and bolts of gold, the least archaeologically conductive metal, and upon the glass, etched in thin gold on each of the 3 sides of this triangular pillar, is the sigil of none other than the Grenmore family. Above, within the glass pillar, you see vents leading above, and you see bundles of silver wiring streaming down it. And these threads, these thin Wires connect at the center of this pillar within. A silver setting, waiting for something to be placed within and reinforced by lead bolting to the pillar itself.
I'm confused.
You're just looking at an empty glass pillar
It's like a mounting place for the orb.
For
in the
for
center
the
of
engine.
it, for your orb.
Oh,
The engine is basically the orb, and you're
Which is
going to
gonna
put
be
the
the heart.
core in
Right.
the setting, and then their wirings are to go in.
okay. Do I still have to choose a core, or is
No,
it
it's already
standard?
made. You're just sitting around. The Hayduke, Humphrey, Mitos, and Nasu are all just sitting around you.
Bari is not
waiting?
here for this.
No, Baria is working.
Wow, whatever.
Hayduke has.
I guess she does have a job, huh?
Okay.
Well, it's very impressive, you Bull.
It's not done yet.
You just have to place it in there, so fucking do it.
It could break. It could shatter.
What?
The orb itself, right? Not like the ship.
Depends on how well we put it together, I guess.
Indeed. And the wood is sturdy. Me and Hayduke, we sawned some nice wood.
You've done a really good job with everything else you've crafted, so I'm sure this will be fine.
And so have all of you. I have more confidence in your work.
Well, let's go then. I believe.
All right. Just make sure you stand back a little bit,
Okay.
just in case.
And
Back
Nasu
a little bit.
stands back, gets out a shield,
Yeah, get your shield out. We'll
puts
all
it
sit
out.
behind it.
All right, I'm ready.
Is there room for more than one person back there?
Yeah. Okay, Mitos goes, Hayduke. Shuffles behind Humphrey. Let's go.
Ride or die.
Take it out. Yeah.
All right, so you wait for a moment, breathing in deeply before you quickly and without hesitation slam the core onto the setting, and with as much speed as you can, remove your arm and swiftly close the latch of the engine. The core flashes like lightning striking into your eyes, and you all turn and hear the sound of violent and rolling thunder, as if you swam within the very storm that created the sky. The whole vessel vibrates and shakes. You feel the wood strain against the pull, the magnetism of the magic you now harness. And you feel your guts tremble with fear and anxiety with the unbelievable might of the core as it is unleashed. You look back after a moment to see winds of magic swirling like a hurricane within the pillar, visible only by the mists of the arcane that have coalesced from within the air you left within the engine. The core pulling magic from the air itself, chaotically and without order, but still impressive nonetheless. You see the silver wiring, the bundles of it now coated in liquid flame that travels up to the arcanite conduits above and to the engine you know it powers. You know that your device has worked. A device twofold in nature, a core of fierce winds and powerful magics, a source of power in both forms, a propellant in the unending winds of the spine, and a raw source of energy from the magic it harnesses. After 3 weeks of excruciatingly hard work, long and tiresome it was. After 3 weeks of mental toil, few mistakes, and archaeological breakthroughs, you all take a step back, beholding your work. You see the elongated, egg-shaped envelope of the airship, made from the creamy, wishest cotton and framed by dark, stained wood lattice in the shape of burned owl wings that curl up and around its form. The ship itself is reminiscent of a trade galley, though far shorter, resting at a solid 40 feet long in size, with 3 decks below the bridge. Its shape is somewhat crescent, with the bow pointed and curling up like the edge of the moon toward the envelope. though the nose fashioned and secured with aluminum and the wood burnt, much like the owl wings are. Along the hull, you see wings of wished cotton and aluminum that will no doubt unfurl as you take flight, and at the stern is a mechanical rudder of the same that will jut down about 12 feet as you glide through the air. At least, that is what you hope. At the back of the hull are 2 fans of aluminum and gold, large with a circumference of 8 feet each, and another propeller at the back of the envelope itself. Below this propeller is the captain's quarters, arranged just like a seafaring ship might, with beautifully stained gold and black glass wrapping around the wood to the back of the vessel. And finally, attached to the envelope and beautifully carved by Hayduke and Humphrey, is the command room, lined with clear and abjuration-enchanted glass. It holds to the base of the envelope and above the bridge, connected by a wooden and hollow pillar that connects with owl wings, the envelope to the ship. Along the edges of this command center, you see the eaves of it come out like a small home for decoration and to shield the windows from the rain.
Tight.
Nice.
Tight. We're gonna look so cool. If Glaucon breaks this ship, he owes us a lot of money.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna send him a bill.
Insurance.
Oh, how glorious it is to embed one's will into metal and wood and stone and glass and make it more than it was, but also, I don't know, unveil all that it was all along.
That's what I said.
And we all did this together.
We built a fucking ship.
Well, yes. Well, I maybe we shouldn't get too excited yet. It hasn't flown yet. But, I mean, it has to at this point. We don't have much time.
Is this a special occasion? Would you say?
Yes.
All right, then. Takes out his backpack.
Oh, he's gonna bring us. Yeah.
Untangles it. Pulls out a bottle.
Yeah, baby.
This is my last bottle of Regalius wine. I was saving it for when I killed Dagamoris. But that is a bit of a dream at this point. I don't know if I will be doing that. So, I suppose we drink it now. Yes? I don't get drunk off of fine wine. And he do. Wait a second. Are you calling our wine bad? Yes, I'm sorry. That's fine.
Yeah, he is a Regalius.
Yes, I understand. How much is that bottle? Well, this bottle, right here, was 50 gold pieces for a single bottle of wine. It is a gold per glass at many fine establishments that carry it. Most only have one. For a single bottle is worth more than the building it is housed within. Glorious, glorious and opulent wealth. But we shall drink it now. Granmore, I guess you aren't poor anymore. Nasu is, though. And so are you. So, it is my gift. My charity. To all of you. Wow! All right! Well, that was wonderful, inspiring, rousing even, was that speech.
My mouth is watering.
Do we have cups?
Yes, we better. We are not drinking this out of your fucking hands.
I figured we could just pass the bottle around.
Okay, now, you are blasphemous. I would cut you down if you were to put your lips upon this bottle. These ones. But...
I I don't know if I have cups, but I can look. Because I would rather be somewhere else.
I don't know what that joke was, but
Oh God.
everyone looks a bit embarrassed. I mean, except for the siren. Let's, yes, I don't know. We can just make them, right? No, I don't want to fucking make anything right now.
We've been making a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't want to make anything. We can just wait. I know Bardio is supposed to come today. Later in the evening.
Yes.
If you had anything else to do, well, now would be the time to do it. The last day here. So maybe I don't know, there's a bit of, your kitchen left. We cook here, right?
Did we make a kitchen on the ship?
What?
There's a galley.
That's a place to eat. Is there a kitchen?
Yeah, again, that's like the whole package.
Okay.
On the first deck, there's a galley.
Just need a pot and some fire. You can do pretty much anything, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, let us have one last dinner. In the kitchen of the Grandmore's. I do believe it is fitting.
Fine with me.
That's a good send off for now.
Do you think that there's any like bits, gross things in the kitchen? That is,
Gross things?
I don't know, mold. I don't know, flesh.
Probably would have burned away.
All right, well, that's fine with me then. I'm fine. With. I don't know why I'm even asking. I've eaten in Vostov holdaways, so
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to be the one.
I don't know
Gets
why.
picky
Humphrey's
food.
rubbing off on me. That I am.
Please don't.
What? Oh, well, I guess I could make a sex joke for that too. I'm rubbing you.
No.
All right. Fine.
No more.
I will contain myself for this last day. But do we have anything else to do before we set off?
Did you make my lance? Is that something that happened?
I will say that is all done. You have your +1 sword.
Okay.
Actually, make an intelligence check and a dexterity check for me.
Int. Can I flash a genius?
Yes. Add your proficiency bonus as well.
God damn. Hand it to him.
That's pretty good. 30.
Okay, both of you have +2 weapons.
Oh, mama. That's what I like to hear. +2, baby. Inventory. Can I just like modify it?
Just have a +2. Just look up +2. What is it? Lance? Yeah, just look up +2 lance.
1d12 is my damage. I fucking love lances. Sorry.
Okay.
Inventory.
Okay, that's settled then. I don't have much to do.
Do we have? What is the status on weapons for the ship? Is it just us? And what we have?
We didn't have time.
Well, we have one more day. Is there something we can do?
The shields work though, right?
What shields? The
The
blast shields?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those are. The ship is well defended. We just don't have the cannons.
Gotcha.
Couldn't do that. That's another work in and of itself. We could probably just buy normal cannons for the meantime. Mount them into the ship.
From where? Mars?
Mars? Yeah, we got the day. We could just buy it.
Where
Wheel 'em
where
down
would they
in?
sell several cannons in a way that would not be questionable?
I don't know, shipwright and something like that.
Well, I mean, they can ask their questions. Doesn't really matter.
We could,
These are times of war.
although I don't know exactly. Would the cannon work on the Dragon King?
Yes.
Listen,
You could enchant.
guns
the
work on
cannonballs.
everything.
Yes. You hit him with a big piece of metal, he will.
Exactly.
Feel it.
I
Going
just
really
mean he's
fast.
like a big
By the
piece
way,
of
no, you don't understand.
I don't.
I have not made a single thing that I could not shoot. Not one.
You just have to have a big enough bullet, I think.
And good enough aim.
It's physics.
Absolutely.
No.
I don't know what that is. But I know that something comes out of my barrel lickety split. and it hits them just as fast.
That's basically it.
Yeah, exactly. It goes zip right through the air, beds in their flesh. Now, if it don't have flesh, I've shot ghosts before. It hurt them too.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know.
Huh.
Didn't hurt them as much as it does with someone with flesh, but they have corporeal forms. They got mass.
They can hurt you. You can hurt them.
Exactly. If they can touch me, a bullet can touch them. And Glaucon, I most certainly can touch. And I most certainly will with big old cannons. No matter if they're magic, fancy, or not. Cannonballs are what? This big?
All right.
My bullets are this?
I'm
That's
convinced.
like what? This much times in hurt.
Relative size makes sense.
Absolutely. The bigger the bullet, the bigger the hole. The bigger the hole, the less was there than was before.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, you've made your point quite clear.
I was gonna teach you a physics lesson, but you basically got.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't know what that is. But if I'm on the nose, then I guess Tristfall education wasn't so bad, huh, Humphrey? Yes, whatever.
Okay, so then we get some cannons.
How much do cannons cost?
Quite a bit.
Less than a house.
Quite
I
a bit from what I've heard. At least a couple gold, maybe. No, I don't know. Silver, maybe. I don't know how much is a house. I know that house in Tristfall was 12 gold, 15 gold, outright. Mortgages of like
You have to buy ammo as well.
silver a month or something. What? Yeah, we have to buy cannonballs, but the cannonballs are just
Hunks of metal.
hunks of lead. Yeah, grape shots. Maybe chain shots we could get.
Maybe we could
That'll fuck up his wings, man.
attach them to
Harpoons.
nets. Harpoons.
Harpoons would
Well,
be
that's
fine.
an entirely different thing. You're thinking of ballistas.
Right.
We could put ballistas on there too, but
Yeah,
it'd be far harder to find ballistas
I
than it
also
would.
take that back. He's a dragon king. There's no way that we would be able to drag him anywhere.
Absolutely
in fact,
not.
we would
Yeah,
just
no,
probably
yeah.
get fucked up.
Yeah,
if
we would
were
get
attached
fucked.
to him.
There's no way. We don't have the power of an ancient dragon. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, if it ends up getting dicey, we can always cut the rope. But keeping him in one place. Might
I
be
don't
a good
even
idea.
think that it would
don't.
affect him at all, my friend.
It would keep us on him. He was going to have more maneuverability in the air.
You
That's
think
kind
that the ship would be able to hold it together, being pulled around by a blue dragon?
How fast can it go?
What is it? Wind resistance? That's the problem?
Yes, wind resistance and sheer force. I don't think that the rope would be able to hold him unless we got
Also-
mithril lined or adamantine or enchanted rope or something.
This is assuming that we are attached somewhere that is easy to pierce, which would be his wings, and I mean going up and down. Like that.
Or I
That
don't know,
makes
his
sense.
armpits or something, right?
That'd be nice.
Not everything can be.
Oh, his fucking neck.
Like quite
Well, his neck is entirely armored. I've seen it.
good aim to have to get into one of his armpits.
Well, you're looking at me.
And also has good aim.
I did.
Sometimes.
I shot something as small as his ass.
Really bold to make that joke. Very bold.
I'm
of you
trying to
make
own
that
it
joke.
now.
It was pretty good.
I'm trying to own it now.
pretty good,
What can I say? I can't win. All right. I'm
No.
trying. All right. That's fine. That's fine. You missed with a spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not miss into his ass.
Oh my
Please
God.
don't.
I wouldn't mind missing into one of your asses. What?
Remember when you said you would tone it down for today?
That is toned down.
You've
that was
already
handed
made-
to me on a
you-
silver
You've
platter.
already made one really bad one. I think you
That
just,
was a really good one.
I think you're done for. a
Look at the
little
shape
bit.
of the bottle. Anyway, fine. All right. Are we buying cannons?
Yes, cannons.
How
Mine
much do we have
cannons.
room for?
We need to be able to shoot our shot.
You done?
I'm done.
One or two on each side.
I was thinking, how big is it? 2 or 3?
It would be maximum. Since it's 40 feet long, you could put 3 in there.
3?
Yeah, you put 3 holes on
We
each
don't have
side.
enough people to man.
Absolutely, you
Just
do
run
not
back
right
and
now.
forth.
Run back and forth.
Well, because it takes a long time to reload a cannon, so like you just use a different cannon.
Yeah, one person's reloading, the other person's just running back and forth.
You could just get
If you don't have the time.
3 good shots and then spend a really solid amount of time reloading.
Have the choice.
Perhaps we just, I don't know, get one and then upgrade later. We're not fighting Glaucon right now. We're fighting the armies of Cruel.
We'll
going
see
to
how much
be-
they have.
Also going to be harder to get arms, I'd imagine, as a bunch of humans and Leonin the closer we get to the south.
What are you talking about? What did you say?
I mean that it will probably be more difficult for us to purchase a cannon, let alone more than one, the closer we get to the south, being several humans, a red man, and a Leonin.
Closer we get to the south, the more humans we come in contact with, and I think that more of them will be more sympathetic to our claim.
I mean that
Hopefully.
most of the cities we will be in contact with are going to be Elven until we get into the south, and I don't think they really have many cannons.
There's
to
only
spare.
2, right?
Most of the-
Ashrin and...
Well, a couple of the cities in the south are no longer with us.
Exactly. What used to be Betuis.
Wait. What city isn't with Titus? In the south.
With us as in not, or ash and smoke.
Oh, yes. That's true. But last I heard, it was Dumbarrow, Thel, the Cross, and Heimdall's. That was fucking gone, right?
Right.
And all of those passed where we would go anyway. Dumbarrow, we could go down to Schwenten.
We had another fucking week.
Yeah. So we're just going to have to make do with what we find in Omaris.
Yeah. Buy what they have.
Yeah.
Weapons are definitely useful.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
How much gold do you have
I
left?
need to
In
transfer them.
the scar it's like fairly wooded, right?
No, it's a wasteland.
Oh, okay, never mind.
With a couple scraggly little trees every once in a
Yeah,
while.
a couple of undeathly trees.
Still have a good amount of gold left.
You have like 500, right?
340.
Okay.
All right. So, go to Amaris. We'll pick up some, I guess,
Cannons, cannonballs.
right. Also groceries and cups and things for dinner.
Calling them groceries is weird. It's like we're just taking a trip. Taking a trip on a carriage with a nice little family. We're going on a nice little family trip down to Heimdall's.
What should I say? Rations? Should I
Yeah, say ration, say war stuffs,
war food?
war food. Exactly. Something like that. I don't know. Anything to make it not seem like we're just going on a picnic.
It would be nice to go on the picnic.
Supplies.
Supplies.
We're getting supplies.
Or
Perishable goods.
that's good. That's good.
Maybe some canned stuff.
We'd have to get a can opener then.
Are there canned items in this fantasy world?
Yeah, cans are
Like aluminum cans?
not aluminum, tin.
Interesting.
Canned
They're
goods?
not vacuum sealed, but they're canned.
Yeah.
That's good enough, I think. If you,
It's just it's some preserving.
yeah.
Sure.
But you're looking at a flying airship.
Hey, we built this. This is the first one, though.
Yeah, but tin cans
Tin can,
are
baby.
not fantasy
Glass
breaking.
jar is fantasy, baby. Tin can. What is this, Fallout?
Roast them, I guess.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They're also glass jars.
Yeah. It's more
Just
like
mason jars. Again, with a lid of tin. Unfucking real.
Tin doesn't exist until you get nuclear weapons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're literally fighting with like silver and fucking steel. Oh, they can't hold it. They can't hold food with that. They only slice flesh with it. Unfucking real, dude. Are you looking up the advent of tin?
1810, motherfucker. Tin cans. 1810. That ain't medieval. Sorry.
Okay, and when were guns invented?
Up your butt.
Okay.
God
Okay.
damn it.
Jesus Christ.
1364.
Yeah, is that medieval? Is that medieval? No.
It's pretty close.
Not even. Not even. Stop.
Just keep talking. I'm just going to do some Google searches.
Okay, so you guys are going to a Mars, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I will say that you, for sake of expediency,
Okay.
you can find 3 cannons.
That is in the medieval era, pussy.
Yeah.
Went to 1400.
Look up when a revolver was invented.
I said gun.
Look up when revolvers were invented. Okay. Anyway, you can get 3 cannons for about 16, 17 gold.
Okay. Each or
No, total.
total? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll say 17.
Okay.
Haul those bad boys back.
When were
I
revolvers?
want to talk about
When were revolvers invented?
1800s. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so
Set
then
those
I'll
up
say
in
you
the
guys
ship.
get back evening time, about 5 p.m.
Cannons.
with the cannons in
There's-
tow.
So the way that I'm guessing that they lock, right? Or like there's like an inset that I can sit them in or something so that they stay where they're supposed to be.
I will allow you to really quickly make some. I'll say that you put this in the thing, in the design. But the cannons have wheels on them so you can move them to different areas and
Yeah.
reload them. But I'll say that if you're not moving them, then there are some thick ropes and you put them, you have what are those things called? Those hooks. Belay pin, not belay pins,
Oh, there's one
carabiners.
that-
Yeah, so you have some carabiners at the end of them, thick carabiners that you just into the things in it.
I just want to make sure I'm done that eye.
Yeah.
It's like, go to reload. Where's your cannon?
It's out of the fucking window.
You turn left.
Yeah, bitch. it's down below. Go jump after it. Hopefully you have some parachutes. I'll say you also have some parachutes.
Extra wishes cotton
No,
parachutes.
not made out of Wish's cotton. You
just
wouldn't
fly around.
want them to be
you
Wish's
just
cotton. Yeah, you would just be you'd be going up and around.
Gliders.
Yes, you could make gliders out of it.
Space?
Like going into
gliders.
space.
Yeah. you
Yeah.
To the moon.
Anyway.
One of 2 moons.
Yeah. Anyway, Jesus Christ. I'll say that you have a total of 100 cannonballs.
Okay.
Total of 100 cannonballs, included with the 3 cannons.
Gunpowder keg.
Yes, and you guys get some gunpowder. The gunpowder, good for reminding you guys, the gunpowder costs about 7 gold on its own. And that's enough for the 100 cannonballs, plus a little extra.
That's so many cannonballs.
7 gold worth.
I want to shoot Glaucoma Meridian with a cannon.
Doesn't Nazu have like a shit ton of gunpowder?
He has
He has some. He has a
little
little.
sack
He has
of
a
it.
little. He has a. He has an entire keg
Yeah.
because he brought it from Telemund Vostar.
Right.
On his back?
Yes, indeed.
He really wanted that. I know he got a lot at least.
Well, I mean, fuck, I guess.
7
No,
gold.
wait, no. He used it.
He used it to blow something up?
The Major Mother.
Oh!
Yeah, you guys used
God,
it.
that was such a good fight.
3 cannons.
That was such a good fight after such a terrible, terrible, terrible slog of a journey.
Yeah, because Eupheme had to shoot it out of the air.
Yep.
Yeah, that was sexy. That's a sexy way to start that fight.
Okay. I'll say those are fashioned in. Gets to be about 7 p.m. Moon rises above, stars shining. Humphrey is in the kitchen. Again, there are 2 walls still erected. Seems to be the remnants of a hallway-esque kitchen. Thin, but lined with various wood-burning stoves, stone slabs, various kitchen tools still barely clinging to the wall, scorched, their shadows embedded on the wall. Yes, all right, I can make do with this.
Humphrey's cooking us dinner.
As Humphrey is getting accustomed to the kitchen, Baria walks up onto the grounds.
Welcome.
Welcome
Sorry I'm so late.
to the Grenmore Manor.
Yes, I visited a couple of times, other than now.
Yes.
But okay, final dinner. Let us go. I brought some things to cook, and Humphrey, I'll take that from you. Nice to see you again. He walks away.
I guess
Right.
we're
Right.
cooking. He's cooking.
Yes, I suppose I am fine with that. I did not want to cook anyway. What shall we do? Let's go back up to the manor. Yes. Walks up with you. Hey, Duke. Jumps and hits her, and she. Yes.
I love them
Puts
so
him down.
much.
Gives him a little smooch. All right. Now I'm happy.
I'm going to go see if Humphrey needs any help.
Good luck.
Yes, I.
Yes, good luck.
Yes,
He is a feisty one. Hopefully he does not sweat as much in the kitchen. He was perspiring.
More than the usual amount.
Well, I don't know. He was sort of throwing water on himself throughout most of it.
Right. It makes it hard to tell.
Shameful.
Hopefully he doesn't do that in the kitchen either.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
Okay. So you go into the kitchen. I'll say an hour passes. You guys have set up a little campfire off in sort of the ruins, using some of the rubble to sort of build a fire pit, using some of the kindling that you can find from the forest and trees around. A few chairs made from the larger pieces of stone. Osiron sits upon one of the walls of the Grand Library of Granmore. Humphrey. Yes.
Imagine being your waiter at a fancy restaurant.
It's dinner time. Ladies and gentlemen.
You,
What?
you never told me you could cook.
I made pizza.
Oh.
I made pizza, asparagus on the side, and some truffle fries.
We had truffle oil.
And
We
Baria,
had truffle oil.
you used the truffle oil for fries? Yes, I did. This is a night for heroes. And we are going to sip on my wine, which is the fine aspect of this meal. And we will eat a very,
Truffle oil.
very many carbohydrates. Whatever those are.
Thank you for food, Humphrey.
Puts it down on some of the stone slabs that you guys have manufactured for tables. And the steam comes out.
We had that much cutlery. We had a thing.
Yeah.
Potatoes are gonna be soggy.
He laughs at the potatoes are there, and he, no, they're not soggy. And he opens up the other one, the pizza with small dollops of mozzarella, basil. Looks like a very fine margarita on a very thin, or not very, but a thin crusted crust. Yes, delectable, is it not?
It looks delicious.
This is
Good.
Yes, it was fired on the stone of his rubble. A part of your family is
Stop.
cooked into this pizza.
No.
No. I'm not talking about literally, you freak. I'm talking about ceremoniously. Cooking the pizza upon the stone of lost souls. It is nice, if not a bit morbid now that I say it out loud.
Well, it's better said this way then. It's a family.
Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I will pour my wine now. Grab some of the cups that Baria also.
What are we rationing it?
The 3/4 of it full. About this much left. I swear, if I see a drop fall on the soil, I'm making you eat that ground. But please enjoy the fruits of my labor. My
Thank
feet
you.
squashed those grapes.
Ah.
My bare toes.
Figuratively.
No, I helped make them.
Oh.
It is part of the regalious wine process. Our sweat, our skin, has properties that make it taste the way it does. That is why it cannot be replaced.
Your skin.
So everyone else who does the exact same thing just doesn't have the good skin.
No, they don't do the exact same thing. All right, calm yourself down. They make juice
They
with some
stomp
alcohol
on the
in it.
grapes, is what I mean. That is a common winemaking process.
They don't stomp it like I do. I massage the grapes with my toes. I clean. You should see my toe. Anyway. And he raises the glass. To, fuck Bahamut.
Fuck Bahamut.
Yes, indeed.
Not all
Oh,
who are here are Grenmores, but I do all consider you all family at this point. Let's not fuck it up.
To regicide.
to regicide. To regicide! And drinks it up. Okay, so
Fantasy pizza, baby.
you have a glorious night filled with laughter, made up stories possibly from Humphrey Regalius.
Does he get drunk?
No, he does not. He is not lying.
Embarrassing.
He is very sober throughout the entire night. You all share tales, glorious goals that you have, thoughts of the future, past, whatever lies ahead. And then at the end of the night, Hayduke and Baria walk to the edge of the manor. All right.
Leaving.
Yes, we have to go. I personally could not sleep here in this ruin. Yes, well, I've had a lovely time working with all of you. It was wonderful. It honestly makes me want to get back into crafting.
Well, I'll be back. Definitely gonna need more hands.
Yes, you better be.
I haven't had a chance to learn everything about wood from you yet.
And Nasu. What? Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Well, you all better come back. All of you? And he looks up, and he's 3.5 feet tall. And Varun isn't here right now. Me and Bardia, we're the figures of authority. And you may be grown. What are you, 24?
Yes, actually.
Yes, I remember. You may be an adult, but I am well in my years, and so is Bardia. You listen. I'm not losing my godson again. If you do not come back, I will personally march down to Cruel, and those who are in it will have words with me.
I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
In all seriousness, do not let Osiris die.
We won't.
He's the last we have of the Grandmores. A good family. And we have loved having dinner with you. Breaking bread, and Heduk has been so happy. I have been, yes. It has been nice crafting and working. And seeing all of you, and especially you. It is like I'm 20 years younger. And Humphrey, I know that you are flirting with me.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, I will, You have a handsome husband, Baria. It was a nice moment. And it still is.
We
I'm
will
glad.
bring him back to you. You have my word.
You better.
I'm done talking like I'm not standing right here.
Just haven't gotten used to it yet. And she embraces you, and Hey Duke runs behind.
Oh.
Jumps up.
Well, welcome.
All right. Well, before anything starts to pour again, we'll be on our way to get our sleep. We're old. Get yours as well. Flying is hard. Yes. Okay.
Thank
They
you.
walk down into the warehouse and towards Omaris. All right. Yeah, that was nice. It was a nice little get together. I'm glad we met them. This was much less dreary than I thought it was going to be. To be honest, I thought that we were going to find ruins, and we did. We found ruins and terrible writings underneath, but at least we found some good as well.
We made good. I mean, Hayduk and Barya were here already, but we're builders. We take ruin and we make wonder.
And we have. Let us hope it flies.
Yeah.
Please.
On that note, who is going to be flying it?
You will be. Yes?
Hmm?
You're the only one that knows how to sail.
Yes, but that is not. None of you have flown before. Yeah, no one has.
Yes, but none of us know how to sail.
Yes,
You
I
do.
recognize that.
It's going to be a learning experience for everyone.
I personally vote for Mitos to fly it, as, again, it is built like a ship. None of us have flown.
It is
Or
built
sailed.
like a ship.
It has a wheel in it.
If no one else has piloted a vessel, then I suppose it makes sense. But I am not saying that this is going to be easy. I know how to sail a ship. I don't know how to fly a ship with a balloon on it.
But no one does. This is the first ever.
Yes. Ah, gods. Ah.
I mean, anyone could fly it, I suppose. I'm just thinking that she's the only one that knows how to pilot a large vessel.
Yes, I recognize.
You could obviously build it, along with all of us.
If you stand behind me and we just talk it through, I can do it. But I don't want to be the only one.
You're going to have to be alone eventually, but yes, I'm going to be right there. Don't worry.
Okay.
I want to be there for
All right.
everything.
Okay. I just really do not want to break it. But
How about this? From now on, I like one god. A single one. Maybe a few others. I like Bela. Raijin. I like him.
who's that?
Who's the god of?
Happiness and well-being.
That seems like a perfect.
Read about him in some stories. Long ago. Raijin seemed like a swell fellow. What a good domain to be of. Yes? Happiness and well-being. I like Raijin. He's a greedy cunt, though. He does not give any of that to me. But
Yeah,
maybe
it's-
if I
it's
worship him.
very sparingly.
Yes, exactly. But perhaps it is just something that has not is not in readydom or supply right now.
You can certainly ask for some well-being for us on this flying ship.
Absolutely, that is what I am thinking.
Yes.
So I will do that. I will do that.
That would be good. I will take the vine.
This is a dragon killing ship. Perhaps we kill Bahamut somewhere along the way.
If we see him.
If we see him passing by, look at that platinum cunt. We swoop in and we shoot him a couple times. As Nasu said, he has flesh, he's corporeal, and may wound him. Anyway, let us get some sleep. I'm sleeping on the ship.
Yes.
Yes, I'm not sleeping in the ruins any longer. And Nasu nods in agreement. And you all travel to the ship. And you board it. The ladder comes up. Enter down into the first deck, which you see the galley. The kitchen off to the right. Open with a counter that juts out from the curvature of the ship itself. Again, it's about 5 foot No, I'll say 6'5" are the height of the ceilings right now. So Mitos is
You gotta squat
a little bit squat a bit, but the kitchen looks pretty empty. Wood burning stove. You notice the chimney sticking out from the hole. Couple slabs of wood, cutting boards, drawers, cupboards, storage, most likely. And you look into the storage and you see some of the goods that you bought in Omaris. Some jars of spices, some see-through glass mason jars of spices, some tin cans of some other rations, such as pickled beans and the sort. Specifically nausea. And you see to the left,
Guy.
to the left, you see a table, a moderately sized table built from the wood itself, secured along with the chairs that just have railings that slide back and forth so that they are secured but can still be maneuvered out and in. Then you walk down into the second deck. This one is the war deck, fully secured, and in the center you see the engine swirling still, the mithril blast plates protecting the glass containment. And then on either side of this, you have one cannon on the right, on the starboard side, and two cannons on the port side, along with barrels of cannons next to either of them, along with small pouches of gunpowder next to that as well. One more deck beneath, you have 4 sleeping situations. Built for more to be added later, but right now you have 4 bunks jutting out with your bedrolls already set, along with whatever aesthetics you may want to give to it later on. Well, this is as home as it's gotten for a long time.
Yes.
I haven't had a home for a while now, actually. So, it's nice.
Yes, nice to have built it with your own 2 hands as well.
Right.
Indeed. All these bolts fused my ore.
Every last one of them.
Let's sleep then.
One of us should keep watch, though. Yes.
Absolutely.
I can take first watch.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
Who should I wake up for second?
Not me. All right.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
All right. So, roll a perception check.
$19.
Nice.
Okay. You sit upon the bridge, looking out onto the ruins, washed by the moonlight. In the crisp air, lit by the stars. See the rest of the Grenmore estate from where you sit, stretching out far past the walls. The northern central hemlocks, all slowly waving in the wind. Here's some owls in the distance. Normal size.
No fox. No foxy motherfuckers in sight.
You don't see any fossilets.
Cool.
And then the second watch
He's probably
comes.
still licking his wounds. Perception?
Mhm.
No. 7.
You just just get lost in your own mind, thinking of various emotions and things. Okay. So, the day comes, July 30th. The day of your retreat from the northern central realms. You would know that the top speed of this vehicle is 30 miles an hour.
Oh, shit.
Is that, at least in your schematics, is 30 miles an hour with a gliding speed of around 20 to 25.
Okay.
Cool.
And the one I did was the regular wind elemental, so that's
Yes.
just... That's the sustained one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the wind one is the one that has less power than both of the others, but more sustained speed.
Are we going to be flying this 24/7, like throughout?
You would also know that it cannot sustain that.
Okay.
You have around 12 hours of normal flight before it exhausts.
But I still stay in the air, right?
No, you have to
Oh.
land. You can without the engine power, you can glide, but you will slowly descend.
Yeah.
Again, the Wishes Cotton is powerful, but this is an entire
Very big
ship.
ship.
Word,
Yeah.
word.
So
Gotta
what?
make sure I
Yikes
find
about-
places to land.
Yeah, we talked about going over the southern range of Astrid.
Again, this is a range. It's not Varntuk Spine. Varntuk Spine is incredibly difficult to navigate, as the spires are gargantuan, each of them taller than Mount Everest and shit. And there's very small ravines and stuff unless you are on foot. However, the southern range of Astrid, think of it like the North Cascades. There are many canyons and ravines that are accessible from the air.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna be in Astrid. We're gonna be in Astrid. Ah! I wanted to go there since the beginning.
Yep. But Vivian's not going.
Vivian's
okay.
not going anywhere.
I am.
Eventually.
Eventually.
We'll
Yeah.
break her out.
All right, so are you guys flying?
Are we?
I guess so.
Okay, so how would you like to start it?
Yeah. Okay. So
So tell us how you start it.
the keys are, and I'll hand this to Mitos. There are. Put your hands out. Hands facing down, please. Okay, so they should activate. And so there's an iron ring. Is it iron? Iron ring, a wooden ring, and a gold ring. Kind of concentric around each other, and they have notches that jut out so that they lock together. And as I place them over your wrist, each hand, they kind of just lock in place, and each one will detach from the other and kind of start spinning in place on your hands.
Oh, wow, this is really cool.
Okay, so the key's activated now. That's good, it's taking. I assume we're in the pilot area.
War room is where we.
No, it's the command room that's
Command room.
connected to the base of the envelope. So you see the nose of it curl up a bit, but you see a full 180-degree view of the area.
So, since this is experimental, try not to move too quickly, but just walk over here to the edge, and there are two holes placed in front of the window, kind of like on a shelf. Just slowly place your arms to the wrist in this hole. Okay, it should.
Okay. So as you rest in there, you hear the engine of elemental wind roars like the galed winds of a shattered moon, throttling against the prison it finds itself within, and flying from the vents you so intricately built. As you look behind, you see the tubes that lead up to the propeller directly behind the command center. And the vents flow air, shoot air out into the propellers. As you feel the entire vessel shakes, and the large envelope of Hakishan air quivers above you, contained by the Wishes Cotton you traded for all those weeks ago. The decks vibrate at first, each plank shaken, each rivet set ajar with the power of the engine. You feel the ship lurch forward, and you swear it's only a few seconds from tumbling apart. However, the nails, the bolts, the washers, and the rivets themselves all begin to vibrate themselves, as if they were singing a song to be whispered upon the winds. You understand no words, nor do you hear a syllable to be spoken, but you do feel a subtle vibration deep within the soles of your feet, shivering into your bones. It is a song just like any other, a tune that you've come to know, a melody of knowing, a hum of acknowledgement as the friends of the mountain continue to sing to one another, assuring the rest that they are still alive, just within different form. And as the vibrations of the nails and bolts continue, eventually their vibration matches the purr of the engine, and the ship ceases to convulse, but rather it hums like a song, a beautiful song of vengeance, of companionship, a song of the glorious Grenmore line and the horizon of a new dawn. The wheels grind against the ground beneath, and small patches of brush and weed graze against the belly of the beast. But turn the wheels do, and pass the ground does, as the winds of magic blow with the strength of many giants behind it. The trees and flora flatten as the air assails it, and the wings of your make flow out and begin to flap gently with the crashing of its form against the air. The rumbling grows and grows as you move faster and faster. Still faster and faster you move. Faster and faster you grind. Faster and faster you cut across the grounds of the Grenmore line. The ground shakes beneath you violently, and the trees begin to rush past as if you had spurred the fastest of any horse into the will of its soul. Then you feel no rumbling. The trees begin to shrink beyond the horizon of the railing, and the air begins to rush in at an angle against the ship. You begin to fly.
Yes! I forgot to mention the iron band tightens around your forearm, and the wooden band tightens around your forearm, but the rest are left in the holes.
So I am I like up to my wrist in it?
You can pull your hands out.
Oh, that's just like the ignition
Yes.
kind of vibe. Okay,
And then
cool.
there's a wheel.
Oh, there's a wheel.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I was like,
That's
am
just
I
the
gonna be
ignition.
in here the whole time doing?
The flex.
That's how you accelerate.
Lift it.
Yeah. You careen toward the tree line, Mitos's paws digging into the finely crafted oak wooden steering wheel, courtesy of the Senesio family.
Nice.
Mitos flings the wheel to the left, then to the right, planting herself firmly upon the deck with the help of her ferocious claws that now dig into the wood and hold her staunchly in place. All the while, as the rest of you watch the trees fling ever nearer, you are sent tumbling around the deck like loose cannonballs, frantically watching the horizon and gritting your teeth as the trees come nearer and nearer. With a loud thwack, the tops of those trees scrape against the hole with a final themselves. Those same tops flick off the back, and with that final glorious sound, as if the trees themselves had sent you off into a brand new sea, you hear nothing but the wind. For a moment, you feel entirely motionless, floating as the stars must, and the clouds do in a realm anew, the realm of the breathing gods Phanes, Baldir, and Pontus, the very winds of the south, central, and northern realms of Adamos. Your hearing returns fully now, the blood rushing not so heavily into the backs of your ears, and the smooth, cutting hum of the engine becomes ever clearer along with the rushing winds of the central realms. You breathe that breath of Pontus so much clearer now, as if the air at the ground was tainted by the dirt. You know that false, but in this moment, as your blood boils with adrenaline, and your eyes behold the wonders of the birds and the stories of the clouds, you feel as if everything you've ever felt was a lie told by the seedlings below, now hearing the truth told by the heavens.
I'm flying it. It's flying. We're flying.
Just, take the angles carefully. I don't know what it's. I haven't calculated what it's supposed to do if you pull that hard, actually.
Okay, well, that's good to know for next time. I was just testing the boundaries of the movement.
You hear as the rudder falls. You look off on either side as the wings.
I'm very glad I'm not afraid of heights.
And you look over Nasu. You guys are great.
Didn't you say you used to sail?
On the sea, not here. That's all right. I'll be good. How long's the trip? Like an hour?
12.
And Humphrey, this is about 2 days, my friend.
Well,
And I said, oh, fuck. All right then. That's fine. I'll just sit right here.
go somewhere without windows. You'll be
No,
fine.
no, that's worse.
You'll get your, what is it, sky legs?
Sky legs.
Could I just invent that?
That sounds really cool.
Okay. You looking out?
We're flying!
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's go out.
All right, so Humphrey follows you. Nasu does not. Mitos, you fly, but you open the hatch to the pillar below. I'm down. You all walk, or you and Humphrey walk out tenderly to the edge, with the exception of Mitos and Nasu. Mitos, who continues very rigidly to steer. You look over.
Get you a hat.
You look over the edge, seeing the sights to behold. The thin yet sprawling Grenmorian hemlock woods upon Pontus's dagger below. You see the many paths trodden by the many, many lines of Grenmores below, like veins across the heart of the land. You continue to watch for a few more hours. All of you entranced by the sprawling view before you. You see the club of Villegrandulu to the west, tinged by blue and shrouded by clouds. But you do see it, the island of mountains at the inlet of the Severed Finger. You see the Godstone Creek, the wide and gorgeous river you crossed, and the same Omaris sits upon, still flowing beneath you. You see the many stone formations crashing out from within it, and the many actual creeks and smaller rivers flowing from it like capillaries from a large vein, supplying the lifeblood of the land. However, your gaze turns then to the south, to the great tree of Terradosia. You see the many miles high tree, standing like a pillar holding the very sky aloft upon its thousands and thousands of branches that explode from its top. You also see the red scorch marks still burning along its edges, still glowing with the red-hot rage of Titus Mirkwood, the sorrow and bottomless pain of humanity etched into the great tree's bark. No leaves rest upon those miraculous branches, still burned bare by the hatred of the past and present. And yet, despite these marks, these scars left on the trunk, you still stand in awe by the sheer size of it, the sheer magnificent beauty of Terradosia, and how unimaginably large it truly is. Even now, as you fly at the level of the clouds, you remain thousands of feet below the first of its titanic branches. The trunk, despite the crags and craters now marring it, still stands proud and strong, not an inch leaned to one side, mighty and stalwart, just as a tree of life would be, just as life is, and just as you all are. Below the branches, below you, and surrounding the titanic tree, you see the sprouts of Terradosia stretching for miles and miles around the base. Like a carpet of green, the forest is thick and still lush, but for the pockets of smoke that still trickle from the inner rim. You see some movement within as you look upon it. Some trees, it seems, wiggling in the wind, perhaps. Though, as you look more closely, you see more movement in the distance. You see far more movement than the wind would facilitate, though you fly far above and far away from that which catches your eye. Though you'd imagine a great deal many things could cause it. Your eyes catch as well the tens of monstrously huge roots that dive in and out of the ground, creating mountains of their own covered in trees, moss, and other flora of color and life. You see roots plunge from the soil, and you see their luster unchanged now. The color, shape, and size they were before the attack of Titus Mirkwood seems to have returned, and that gives you a bit of joy. A few hours goes by, and you begin to fly to the east of Tilia Mondelitas. You do not see a city, but a swath of red energy still smoking and still buried within the sprouts. You see what you think may be the remnants of the keep, a pyre of rage now. You see what you think may be the shrouded in a thick black and red miasma. And as you look upon it, tears fall from your eyes, without your consent, and a feeling of unknowable anger begins to slither down your gullet. Osiren looks at it from his perch, and within your mind you are transported back to the court of the Elven Hand. You watch as Titus Mirkwood lays waste to the Teldori reinforcements behind you, and you look upon for the first time the tens of thousands of humans that appeared just behind him. You recall the look of pain and unimaginable vindication upon his face, upon all of their faces as the sky turned red with their blood, and the elves were reduced to ash beneath a single man's hand. You shake away the thought, turning your gaze from the festering pit that Tilia has become, feeling whatever emotion you feel now, despite any ability to put a name to it. To the east, you see below you the Thendonlir threshold once more, and the Kernish Canyon to the dwarven capital of Kernulem. You see the titanic blades of Varantuk's spine, the magnificently gargantuan forms of stone that make up the range, and again you find yourself staring in awe of their might, of their staggering size, and of the majesty of Adamos. You see a few birds, large hawks by the looks of them, flying far from you, and you see the deep, silky gray stone absorb the sun's rays, barely able to see the tops, all of the range so far from you as to be tinted blue. Despite being so large, they appear right next to you, taking up your entire vision as you look to the east. But as you take in their grandeur, a shriek erupts just below you, and you recoil as a very large bird flies 15 feet from the railing, hovering and keeping pace as it observes you all. You see a beautiful white and charcoal-smudged colored bird with a wingspan of no less than 20 feet, and a hint of gold creeping up their large noggins. You see a northern albatross, gorgeous and flying calmly alongside you. It flies with you.
Nice.
Just looking.
I don't have to speak.
Damn, wouldn't that be so
I
good?
don't have it.
Hey, what's up? What the fuck are you?
What? It flies with you for a few minutes, carefully looking at all of you with a familiar curiosity in its eyes.
Big bird.
A wonder that you all shared when you looked upon the ship for the first time. And then it dips down and flies away to Varantuk's spine. Some of your eyes follow its descent, and as you do, you see something far less beautiful. A mass of people, thousands below you, marching. And as you see this, the wind seems to quiet, and you hear the sounds of deep, booming drums. Booming drums with the sound of their marching. You hear horns blaring like ungodly monsters of fearsome might below. You hear their chants, loud and strong enough to reach your ears even as high up as you are. You see Varantuk's stone claw, the army of the Kernish dwarves marching for the first time in thousands of years. You see massive machines of metal and wood. You see thousands of dwarves donning armor so mighty, so thick and stalwart, that it may crush even the strongest of humans or the most graceful of elves beneath its weight. You see the sons and daughters of stone marching like a landslide toward whatever ends. The ends of war. And with this, you remember what it is you fly toward, what the world truly looks like, and you feel the joy of the albatross fly away just as it did, and the sadness of life emerge once more. You fly for that rest of the day. What?
But they're cool though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The night of July 29th comes to you. Sooner than you expected, enamored with all that you see. And as only one of you knows how to sail, you scope an area suitable enough to land for the night upon the fields of Corfan, far away from the armies or the sprouts of Terradocia, somewhere in the rolling hills. And I need you to make...
No.
Roll a d20.
No.
Roll a
Flash
d20.
genius.
Yeah, flash of genius, please.
We'll do wisdom and add your proficiency bonus.
You got this.
Add half proficiency. I'll say wisdom plus half proficiency.
What is flash of genius? Plus 5?
Whoa.
She tried to do the stank and
You're
failed.
mocking me for not doing the stank.
You don't go straight up.
You guys fling yours across the table.
Jesus Christ, man. Just no talent for the rolls, man.
You shamed it.
Oh my god.
You shamed
bro.
it. Hold on. Plus 5, 11, plus wisdom. That's 2.
Plus 2.
Plus half proficiency is 1. Okay.
Oh yeah, you only have, yeah.
Yeah, I only have plus 3 because I'm a little bitch.
I'll say round up, so 2.
Okay. 15.
15? That's actually not bad. That is not
Thank
bad.
you for
It's
the
not,
flash of genius.
it is not the best landing. It's pretty bumpy.
It's my first time flying a flying
But
ship.
you and Nasu screams in the back as you finally, as you push on the brakes, as Osiren.
I will be screaming it.
Yeah.
Ease up, ease up, ease
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
The nose is too low.
Obviously, I'm trying to do that right now.
Okay.
The angle.
After a certain amount of time, not too long, but feels like hours to meet Osanasu.
Whatever.
And the ship has been safely landed. This is the night of July 30th, by the way.
Yes.
Sorry.
So, did you love it or did you love it?
Yeah, I will be better at it tomorrow, I promise.
You did a great job, though. We're still alive. Everything held together.
Yes, I did not break anything, right?
I will do an investigation.
Okay, cool.
Investigate. You get an investigation check with advantage. Humphrey will check.
Is it 15? I didn't. Please don't let me have broken anything. It's gonna mess with my head.
30.
30?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like anything's broken. Just needs a little bit of maintenance after each flight.
There's no landing gear.
Well, if you just,
Gear?
Landing whatever.
if you just
No,
drop
the
slower-
landing gear is there.
There's landing gear?
Yeah, it
Just
doesn't come out, but there are wheels attached with some spring, large spring.
Okay.
You just have to pull that lever over there. It'll pop out.
Okay. I will do that tomorrow, I suppose.
You did. I'll say you did do that. The landing gear was popped out. You guys did not crash into the ground with the hole.
And just scoot.
Yeah, no.
That's what I thought was happening. I was like,
No.
rudder!
So we do need some like runway kind of to like
Smoothly.
ease up and shit.
Yeah, so the envelope is to maintain flight so that you don't need to be on full power the entire time and to keep the nose up. And so that if you do run out of power, you can just float down. But most of the flight is coming from the wings and from the propellers and from the engine. And the engine is making it so the wings can flap more sturdily.
That was crazy, though. We flew!
Not the only one in the sky now.
I wonder if Heyduk and Baria could see us take off from Omaris.
I don't know if they were looking, but
I hope so. That would be nice.
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
Yes. I really hope nothing happens to them while we're gone.
It's all lead lined. They'll be fine.
Yes, I hope so. Everything that we did was lead-lined, including the warehouse. I'm assuming. I wouldn't doubt that Varun, your father, or Malin would be any less careful. With that much money, with that much coin worth of materials, it has to be lead-lined.
Yes. They that fox thing seemed surprised to see us when we came out, so I don't think they knew where we were
Good.
Yes.
before that.
Good.
I don't think we gave away anything. So, yes, we should be good.
So the army of the dwarves.
I saw that.
Quite incredible. I will say that. It was a lot of dwarves with some pretty miraculous machinery.
I have to use the restroom.
All right.
I'll agree.
But let's rest for now. I do not feel like speaking of war.
Yes. Yes.
You take first watch again?
Yes, I can take first watch.
All right. Then you take first watch. And that is actually where we're going to take a break. So we'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes. Back to the rest of the session. Hopefully you see you then. And if you're new to the stream, just tuned in, go to our bridged episodes on our YouTube, catch up with the stream, and you can also go to our Instagram to check out the wonderful art that Dina has been crafting that adds a little bit more color to the world and a little bit more context to what people look like, as that is very important. So go over there and check that out, as well as the abridged episodes, but we will see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Jeez.
Or comical.
Welcome back. We're talking about food. That's all good. Okay. So make a perception check for me on this night of the 30th of July.
11.
Just look out upon the fields. You're in the fields of Corphaean that surround Terradosia.
Gotcha.
Yes.
The south part.
No, well, it's up to the Thandolnir threshold.
Okay.
So it's like the southwest, all the way across the south, up to the south east, up to the Thandolnir threshold.
Okay. I guess I'm taking the next watch.
Okay. Yeah, you look out. You see stallions roaming in the moonlight.
Wild horses. So cool.
I think that's a 15.
Okay. You see the same. Nothing really
Yeah.
piques your interest. It's beautiful. It's restful. Okay.
Bounded to the ground.
So,
What?
The horses.
Mm.
Unlike me.
Jesus Christ.
Better than everyone.
I'm the new Glaucon, baby.
Yeah.
Stop it. Okay.
Can't touch me.
The day of July 31st comes to you. The sun shines brightly overhead, and the tall blades of dull red, deep green, and bright yellow wheat and grass flow casually in the soft winds of Pontus all around you. You stand from your resting spot, and you take it all in. The sun bakes the soil and the flora, making a tea from the air, extracting such pleasant aromas as to make your soul weep with joy. The breath of Pontus gently ruffles your hair and your clothing, and you see the fields of Corphaean shuffle and dance with the whispers it brings, joyous of your arrival, and of your presence it seems the very land is, happy to see your face, and more than willing to dance to your coming. But, as time demands, you all reassume your positions aboard Tel Glorio Regicide. Nasu, still ready for takeoff. You, the engine.
I'm better this time, right?
The takeoff is far smoother this time.
Yeah.
Mitos having gotten the hang of piloting such a vessel in the day before, and within her dreams, the night just passed. And before long, you hear the humming of the friends of the mountain all around, and the hum of the engine, and the hum of the winds as you fly above the ocean's grain. Okay. Who is keeping watch on this day?
I will.
Okay.
Got my
Not
goggles
me.
on.
Since you guys have your wits about you, I will say that you are perceiving more.
God, I wish we could just I wish we had time to stop off at the beach of the Gulf of Magic so we could get
That
you
is
some of
a
that sand.
Big detour.
Oh, to the Gulf of
I
Magic.
just
Yeah.
want you to get those goggles.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Just fly in. I was like,
Yeah.
hop in, grab some sand, and dip.
Yeah, dip out, yeah.
You're just hanging off the actual side of the ship on the rudder, just with a bag. Pirates.
What'd you roll?
Perception, right?
Mhm.
14.
Okay. Within the first few hours, you see the city of Ashran once more.
Someone spit.
You see it sitting comfortably beneath one of the massive roots of Terradosia, and you see the giants of smoke still guarding its perimeter. However, you see nothing else has really changed. You see no army to meet the dwarves, and you still see a few townsfolk meandering through the nice streets of Ashran. The glass.
Are they firing at us?
An arrow tinks off.
Shut the fuck up, you dirty.
And
Fucking
Osiren,
elves.
as you sit on the railing out of the command center. Another, just past Osiren's ear.
Shoot him with the cannon.
Then
Shoot him with the cannon.
you hear something familiar and frightening. A sudden pit forms in Osiren's belly.
Jesus Christ, these guys.
As you hear a
Owls.
flapping sound, a cacophonous arrangement of powerful wings from just behind the vessel. You turn and see no less than 15 Taldorian giant owls flying at great speeds just behind you. Their heads fashioned with mithril plate, their beaks sharp and clean, protruding from gorgeous light brown and white, black and misty green feathers. Their wingspan no less than 40 feet, and the vicious talons that swing beneath them as they glide easily 5 feet in length and sharper than many swords you've known. Atop their backs, upon the finest mushroom leather saddles etched and decorated with depictions of giant or the great tree and the feats of elves, are the Teldorai soldiers. Their armor, a light blue mithril scale mail, beneath flowing tabards of white and gold. They stand upon the stirrups and the owls, and they fly with such grace and stability. The elves ride with such skill and tact, you see many aiming longbows of gorgeous Tilia wood, and fletched with the sinews of magic itself,
Spit on him.
directly at you, their eyes taking aim from beneath their mithril helms, long flowing hair spilling from their tops and waving violently in the wind behind them. You see one careen with great speed to the starboard side of the ship. You see an owl far more ornate than the rest, though not armored in mithril, but armored in petrified wood, gnarled and covered in bark. The wood is a dark orange swirling with crimson. The bark has been formed like clay, morphed rather than cut with magic, still maintaining its essence, but made to look menacing and regal upon the owl's meaty head. No jewels are embedded, and very little iconography can be seen but for a large uncut chunk of amber embedded right upon the owl's headpiece. The elf riding it appears to be wearing the same regalia as the rest. However, their tabard is far more regal, rimmed with thick tufts of fine fabric that hang from pauldrons a bit larger than the others. However, where the difference truly lies is the headpiece, made from that same gnarled and petrified wood as the owl's armor. Though this has 3 twisted and knotted spires that plunge above their head, the first of which that stretches out from the top of their forehead, adorned with another chunk of amber, And while the helm is certainly a spectacle, the face within is just as imposing. A female high elf with skin a few shades lighter than that of Osiren's, with incredibly dark circles under her eyes of pale purple, riddled with specks of white. Her lips, sculpted and wide, seem permanently etched into a crooked frown, with the bottom lip a shade lighter than the top. Her shape, while not large, is lean and accentuated by the large and flowing tabard that clings to her chest and waist while the wind pummels her body.
Why they gotta look so fucking cool? Petrified wood! We're potentially a little bit fucked if we don't talk. You need to
Aaron Grenmore.
I guessed as much.
If you've heard of me, you might not have known that. Or you might have known that I was there in Tilio.
Yes, I knew that.
What you might not have known was that I fought alongside your kin,
I am aware of that as well.
and I continue to, as long as you...
I am not so sure about that, but I know that there's a baron that was speaking quite kindly of you. However, if this is your ship, the ship of Osiren Grenmore, then it is the property of the Tal Halloch.
Oh, shut the fuck off. I forgot. I
did
forgot
not.
we did that.
I did not.
I haven't been sending them updates at all, bro.
Well, Vivian hasn't been able to.
Yeah.
Well, even before that, though.
Unless you have forgotten, your allegiance lies with the Tal Halloch.
Of course I haven't.
Then why are you flying directly past this front and aiding in the humans' war against whatever?
I was told that I had free reign to head south and gather information for the Telhalok.
Yet you were not doing that. We have heard nothing. The Tal Halloch have heard nothing. The sons of Grundai left in the dark, and the protectors of the realm shrouded in that same darkness.
It is
You did not go south.
unfortunate. I had to prepare my vessel and my weapons and arm myself for war. Also, the person who can contact you is currently a prisoner of the same I seek to fight against.
The Drowish Runt.
The same.
And where is she being prisoner? It, I should say.
In the scar.
An issue resolves itself, dead with the rest of a kin's soil for a broken land.
I will piss in your mouth.
We still have our duties and our allegiances and our promises to take care of, so she's not off the hook for that yet. I'm not going to be left alone.
Why should I not commandeer this ship? Bind you to your duties that you are already bound, and fly it directly into our ranks to fight the legions of dwarves you no doubt saw on your way here.
The dwarves aren't... They're not marching against you.
You've been living under a rock more than they have.
I was
They
under
march in
the
full force against us.
I was under the assumption that they were heading to the scar as well.
I do not know why you would think that.
Well,
And the scars through our barriers.
to answer your question, Titus Mirkwood is obviously a problem for you. If you don't admit it, then I will. My affiliation and, well, my journey to the south will aid you well in information at the very least.
What information do I need?
What information do you have about the human Titus Mirkwood? Other than the
He's
fact that he
dead.
can lay a city to the... You said he's dead?
There is no single human that would ever stand against the might of the elves. Because he was so lucky as to catch us off guard. That will not happen again. And it will be him who is the next seed for the various forests that have already sprouted from the bodies of your kind.
I think, with respect, that your underestimating of my kind has put you in this situation in the first place. Not to be too forward, but I think you should use every resource that you can. A bit of information goes a long way.
But haven't we already used humans as a resource for so long? Perhaps it is time to lay you to rest.
Mewling
With
from a dying
respect.
race. Sorry.
With respect to you.
Well, you elves know so much. I don't think that I can teach you anything at all. Your wisdom is so many years in the making. I don't know if you know this, but seeing as we are allies, I will share. Titus Mirkwood seems to have some essence, some piece of fallen humans among his ranks at all times. I don't know if they are souls or fragments of darker thoughts.
A necromancer, then?
No, it's something else.
We'll speak no more of it. I do not care.
I think that's the problem.
Mm.
If you keep laying down humans, you might just make them stronger. Let me gather some information.
We do not kill indiscriminately. Lest you recall, I remember what your trial was about. It was not of Teldorai killing people. It was not of elves killing people. But I believe it was you who killed Teldorai.
It was I who defended myself against the Teldorai.
Oh, is that so? Is that why? In a statement, in a writ statement by one Phalis Demir and Yumi, his scribe, it stated that they had taken one Vivian and Cannon, by their both names, prisoner, regardless of the fact that they were one, drow, and two, necromantic in nature. But you must defend yourself? Again, I'm not privy to the reports of your trial, as none are there. However, what I can surmise is that no, you're not defending yourself.
This isn't my trial.
It is not. That is why I'm not acting as it is. Your argument is that we need more information on Titus Mirkwood, and that's why I should let you leave.
Absolutely. His power is... It probably doesn't matter to you, but he holds some part of my sister and my mother. And I don't know if I can get this across to you or not, but I am not one of his merry band.
And the Teldorai, flying next to you now. Bow is still drawn. Make a persuasion check. Humphrey. Well, I was a little boy. Comes up the stairs and he gives you bardic inspiration.
That would be nice.
1d8.
I'm gonna flash a genius as well. That's 3, right?
D6 for bardic
No,
inspiration.
D8.
D8.
D8?
There it is.
For hunter.
He's a real bard.
Damn.
Okay.
Purebred, pure bard.
Persuasion. 26.
I'm feeling kind today. However, your story moved even the hardest of elven hearts. And this ship is useless to me. In the long run. What is its name? If you do not mind me asking. Every ship has a name.
We need to come up with that name.
It does. It's called the
Oh,
last regicide, right?
the
The
Tel
Tel
Gloria.
That's it?
Telglorio
Telglorio
Regicide.
Regicide.
Okay.
Say it.
Yeah, I'll say it. This is the Grimorian Telglorio Regicide.
Is that so? Really? Well, as your people have already killed our queen, I suppose there is only one more ruler left.
Here, here.
And if you think that there's any chance that this, well, unless you're going for the Stone Lords or the King of the North, but you are not.
We are not.
So you're going to slit the throat of the worm himself, Glaucon Meridian, with cannons. Cannons and a big balloon.
And gumption. She
At least
forgot
you
the
have
gumption.
wishest cotton. Perhaps that will keep you afloat long enough to see his eyes before you are burned away. If you do kill Glaucon Meridian, congratulations. Then you have freed the elves and the humans alike.
I'll be looking for that. In earnest. In the future.
I know your name, Siren. I know where you are. I've seen your ship and your companion, Regalius.
On sight recognized.
And Humphrey. Well, good luck to you. Do not fear any betrayal of yours. It will be unconsequential. Again, our backs are not turned. Our mercy and our amnesty no longer offered. Our eyes pierce all of your souls, and we will see you die if you turn a blade against us again. You are lucky the Baron has your back, for the Telhalork do not care of. Words spoken between humans, they are solemnly worth anything. And she falls off the edge with the owl.
She's so nasty.
And you see her put her helmet and dip away. You see the Teldorei quickly fly down.
Woo, you did it. You made them go away.
Elves.
You are so lucky you got that Baron, and you saved that Baron. And
God.
The Baron and the Druid really, the return on investment is felt.
saving the Baron, the Archdruid, and the talking successfully to the Telhalork just made it so you could actually fly by that space. Good stuff.
Should have known. We wouldn't have gone around though. We can't go around.
There's nowhere else to go.
Yeah. Can you go over the sprouts, or is it like the magic protects that? As
You don't know?
I would not want to try.
Yeah.
Especially because we don't know what the range of that pyramid is.
What?
The pyramid that makes everybody go crazy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That'd be a bummer.
Crash into Tilia. All right, guys. Let's see you escape again, Nasu. I'm fucked up. Shoots you in the ass. Where's your ass?
Where's the other chief?
Yeah, where's the other tree? Okay, so you guys continue to fly?
She was hot. Are we okay?
For now, we push that problem down a bit. Just full power ahead, please.
I kind of wanted you to take our hat, and then I could have that one. That one looks pretty cool.
We'll get it after we kill the Dragon King.
Deal.
Okay. No more of the Tell the Eye songs.
Bro, the petrified wood armor is so
It's
fucking
dope.
cool.
She was dope.
Petrified wood.
Elves are cool, but they're just bitches. Anyway,
They
so
really are. That's it. They're just fucking bitches, you know?
you fly for a few more hours before you see a small mountain range to the southwest. A clumping of gray and white with masses of green curling up its sides. Like the soil and stone had been crinkled and crumpled like paper. The small mountains erupt from the dirt, separating the fields of Corfan and the forests of elven life. You see the elven shield from far in the air. You see the mountains curl away to the south, and you see the forest follow on its southern side. Oh, excuse me.
Wow.
Rich,
Gift.
green, and rife with life. Flying around the trees, over the mountains, you see more Tel'Dorai upon their owls. You also see...
They didn't give us like a flag or anything.
Yeah, like a stamp. Papers.
You also see a few forts, some still being built, of wood upon the crags and cliffs of the Elven Shield. Behind this, you see the far, far larger mountain range of the southern range of Astrid. It towers above the Elven Shield, a nearly white-gray stone accented by the dirt and flora it holds within its craggy and large forms. You travel for a bit longer before you see something else. The town of Betuis far below you. Nestled into the base of the range of Astrid and hugging the cusp of the forest of elven life, it appears to have been burned in many places. Many roofs caved in, and the walls collapsed in many a place. However, the town hall, you see, has been leveled almost entirely. The mountain behind it melted and turned to glass. Surrounding the walls, nestled within the forest, and stationed along the roads leading up to it, you see walls of roots standing no less than 30 feet tall, surrounding the entire forest, stretching out from the edge of the Elven Shield and wrapping all the way around the base to the base of the southern range. You see towers of those same roots and banners of Tilia Mondelitas flowing from atop their ramparts. You see many hundreds of elven warriors beneath you as well, encampments set behind the walls, and many dozens of giant owls roosting within the trees nearby. But you continue to fly, wary of the army you see and the one you don't, knowing the elves full well, knowing their forces are far greater than what is visible. It isn't long after that Mitos throttles the engine and activates the envelope fully. You feel the nose of the vessel tilt gradually upward as you begin to ascend quickly to above the range of Astrid. You fly far above the range, seeing the many gorgeous valleys of vibrant and fertile soil slicing through the bold and powerful peaks and crags of Astrid. You see entire forests growing amidst the stone and small rivers flowing throughout it as well. You see nature untouched, unhindered by the march of order, whichever order that may be. You see beautiful chaos amidst the stone. And then the night comes of July 31st. The night comes again, and once more you must land the vessel. Though this time you find yourself in a bit more treacherous of an area.
Yo.
And the moon shines dimly throughout overcast clouds. So make a wisdom
Hold on.
full
Let me-
proficiency.
Let me just. Okay.
Wisdom full proficiency.
Fourth flash genius.
Okay.
You have 4 left.
That's the fourth one of 5.
Okay.
Wisdom full proficiency plus flash of genius.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Okay.
That was the DC. So,
What the fuck is
Without
this
any
DC
damage.
inflation?
without any damage. That was the DC without any damage.
Slick. Like an oiled snake.
Yes. So, you see one of the ravines. Oh.
Yeah.
And you brace it up. And Asu's like shoving himself basically into the floorboards as you furling the wings as you get closer. The rudder going up, the landing gear fully out. You feel the springs. Eventually, as the engine, you hear a babbling of a brook nearby.
Oh,
I don't hear applause. Yes, thank
Humphrey.
you. Yes, thank you
That's
for that. That was terrifying.
I have to redo my calculations. I didn't think you could descend at that angle, but apparently you can. So maybe my numbers were off, or I didn't carry something. Hold on, I have to go
It's a Leonin thing.
write it down.
All right then. So I'm going back into my bunk. Good night.
What has he been doing all day?
Just looking out.
Yeah, fucking around.
He was in the deck.
He can be our little kitchen boy.
Yeah, he's been cooking.
Yeah.
He's been cooking for you guys. Okay, so Mitos, make the first round of perception checks.
I'm making too many rolls, man.
Here, it's right there.
Right.
Yes.
That's the same fucking roll as before.
It's better than what? It was a 13, Dina.
15.
That's above a 10.
I mean, what I just rolled.
Yeah,
just
I
a
know. That's
second
above a
ago.
10. It's good. You want that because you roll natural ones.
I want to roll 30s.
Dina, you don't have
a
a
plus
modifier
12.
big
I
enough.
want to roll 30s.
You can.
15.
Okay, 15.
I want to measure up.
You look out into nearly pitch blackness as the moon is waning behind the clouds. You just hear some frogs in the distance. Bats
Oh, okay.
fluttering off.
Freaky sound for a second. Bats are fun.
And that's what you hear. You don't really see much.
How close is a frog?
Not with that. With that perception check, I wouldn't say that you would
Okay.
be able to gauge the distance.
Cool.
But there's a lot of them. Here,
Frogs, man.
all
What?
around.
I want to talk to the frogs.
I want you to talk to the frog.
Yeah, you already talked to that toad as Eupheme.
As Eupheme.
Yeah. All right,
I feel like
second
there's truly nothing better than speak with animals than speak with plants as DM. Toad voice, baby.
perception check from you, Osiren.
Pondweed, baby.
Perception. 17.
Okay, same. You hear some frogs. This time you hear a bit of crickets. I can't do a cricket sound. We do.
There you go.
Yeah, you just pitch that up a little.
Yeah.
when you look at-
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit of that. Yeah. Okay. August 1st.
March.
Yeah, not March. August
The
1st.
march to war.
March to war. the
Another
first.
day comes, and you awake to the chilly air of the mountains, so fresh and smooth like a knife just washed within the river as it plunges into your nostrils. Soon you fly once more, flying above the southern ridges of the range and seeing for the first time in nearly a year the southern realms rolling out before you. However, your eyes cannot help but fixate on something else entirely. A titanic head in the sky.
Oh, it's still there.
Flowing out from the clouds, you see the very face of Balanzar, his expression twisted with grief and rage, crying tears of rain while snakes wriggle out of his maw. The storm has persisted, you see, shrouding the entire northeastern kingdoms of the realm in shadow, lit every once in a while by small bursts of red lightning and flame that course out of the strangely gray and muted pink color of the clouds.
We haven't seen that before, have we? No, we've been in the north, in the central.
No, you have not seen it. You saw the lightning that coursed up, but that is the first time you've seen it. And Nasu, wow, okay, and he ducks back down.
Is the giant head on our side or?
Does it look like it's good?
It doesn't look like it's good. I just want to know if it's going to zap us out of the sky.
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's hope not. Well, if it's a zap, maybe our shields protect us against that.
Perhaps.
Just don't fly too close.
Yes,
Okay.
Don't fly close to the
Was not going to do
wriggling
that.
maw. Yes.
Yes. Well, it's not.
We are
planning
going
on it.
towards it though, so just
give it a
keep
good
it. Go
enough
down a bit.
berth.
Go down.
Yeah.
Go beneath. Yes. Yes. All right. But as you look at that,
There's so many music changes. I'm so stressed out.
but you divert your gaze from that for a moment, wishing instead to see the realm itself, not what looms over it, whether that be the war north or this titanic deity of chaos. So you look to the south, and your breath is taken from you by its glory. You gaze first to the forest of Amdaron, the trees tall, magnificent, and filled with the colors of fall upon the reddened bark of their gloriously large trunks. You see the southern road of the great redwoods as it paves its way down the entirety of its borders, and you see the sea of luxuriant harvest spread out before it like an oceanic bounty of the gods themselves. You see the sparse outskirts of the forest seep into these fields, and the homesteads that find shelter within. These homesteads build out further than that, though, and like wayward sailors upon the vastness of the oceans beyond, they soar within the fields of wheat, the rows of corn, the patches of pumpkins and squash, the gardens of basil and rosemary, and the splendidly gorgeous pastures of lavender and sunflowers galore. You see all of this from your perch atop the clouds. You see all of this, and yet there is so much more. Your eyes perceive not the calm waters of Lake Respite. They behold not the sublime calm of the Bouveau Cap, nor the stunning and reverent ridges of the First Wake. But it is not sadness or wanting that you feel at this thought, at the realization of so much more, but of joy. Joy that even from up here, even among the birds and the clouds, that you see not all the world has to offer, that upon solid ground you will bear witness to more beauty, and that you do not merely escape through the wind upon this vessel, but instead see the wonders of the soil from a new point of view. Another hour passes before you see something a little less happy. You see what remains of Heimdallus in the outskirts of the town. Your eyes drag across the ground beneath your ship, seeing the road unpaved and jagged slide away. You watch as it transforms, the coloration changing and large chunks of stone impeding the path. The soil, where wheat and color used to be, has donned the color of charcoal, still set ablaze with the power of magic, prismatic and beautiful without the context of pain it was wrought with. You begin to see crags set within the soil, all the crops faded and burnt, and the homesteads at the outskirts reduced to rubble. Then you turn your eyes in front of you, and you behold the power not of mages, nor of the Dragon King. You have seen that destruction. You smell it in the air. Sulfur and char. This is something else entirely. Breathtaking in its own right, though for an entirely different reason. You see gigantic trees, reminiscent of oaks, stretching 200 to 300 feet in the air. Their bark sparse and covered with writhing and bleeding flesh. They sway with no wind, and their leaves fall with the make of thinly made bones splotched with the sanguine tears of Balanzar. You look down at their base, and you see roots, massive and many, curling and churning through the soil and upending the ruinous state of Heimdallr. You see hundreds of pounds of brick, foundations, many yards of wood walls, and countless roofs cast upon the violent roots of these monstrous trees. You see boulders the size of elephants thrown many dozens of feet from their original places of residence, and you see entire buildings shifted from the soil, moved by the roots and whatever power created them. Closer to the base, or the bases of these trees, of which there appear to be 6, is a forest that covers much of where Heimdallr once stood. And above it all, you see the face of Balanzar still crying. And as you approach, you fly underneath the face itself, and first you hear the rain hit the envelope above, and then it spatters against your skin. It is red. It is blood. Uncoagulated and richly sanguine. You fly through the soft torrent of blood, beneath the very visage of a Titan, and as the blood rain fades, you see a smaller town built upon the ridges northwest of this grotesque forest. The small town of Wells. It appears nearly unchanged. A shabby town of wood and brick with a town hall, bell tower affixed to its top, and a courtyard of deep muted red brick and voluptuous plants at the center. It is a quaint town, fitting of a mine, and sat just beneath the protruding mountain of the southern range. As you approach, you see quite a few people down below. Townsfolk, to be sure, by their plain garb and dirtied faces, but also a few warriors of chaos, no doubt. Their shoulders wide, their heads bald, and their armor massive and made of blackened iron as their faces fill with iron piercings and tattoos of blood and hearts aflame. You land off to the side, the displacement of the air created by the vessel blowing down the nearby stalks of wheat and corn and blowing back the ears of the creature who leads the greeting party to meet you. O Siren, you see a ghost. You see a fragment of Kretala you thought you buried. You see Cannon, the black-haired tabaxi, his Fu Manchu still hanging from beneath his scarred nose, still bound by gold rings and still accented by the mischievous grin he bears while he walks toward you with 2 large warriors of chaos just behind them. And as you land, you hear, "Well, hi there. You are Osiren Grenmore, yes? That is correct. Get down here, greet an old friend."
You're dead.
Did you come down?
No, not yet.
Well, come on down. We have much to discuss.
Like how you tried to kill me the last time you saw me?
That's not how I remember it, Osiren. Come on down here.
I'll go down.
We can all go down, right?
So you all go down the ladder.
I'm not letting him go down there alone.
The warriors of chaos standing about the same height as Mitos, and much wider. Don't mind them. They're just my entourage. I greet you. I hail from Mr. Mirkwood, the king in these realms, if you hadn't heard.
I have.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Osiren. I'm not Cannon, though I look him, yes. I suppose I'm wearing his face, but it was nice to see ghostly complexion as you looked upon me. I hold a bit of his memories, what you said, that's a lie. Straight and true. Last I recall, yes. Last I recall, you were looking at me with a cannon with a look of hate and rage.
It was there.
Yes. Well, come to the right place then. Have you not? You would have to look at someone with hate and rage to, lock them in a tomb for them to die. Correct?
He made his choice.
Did he now? Well,
If he would have stayed with me, he would have gotten out.
all right. I'm not Cannon. You don't need to worry about that. My name is Thonian Caskbow.
A Casco.
Extend his paw. It's a pleasure to meet you.
A Caspo.
A Caskbow, indeed.
I've only read that name.
The one and only Thonian. The hand, the right hand, the executioner of Felonious Crowmast himself. That's me. In the flesh. Well, not my flesh, but someone else's.
Your soul.
Indeed. Well, come on then. We have much to discuss. Yes? I only really need you, and who's your second in command? Leonard. Well, I haven't seen one of you in quite some time. It was a pleasure fighting alongside you a long time ago. Your people are quite nice. I enjoy the Leonin. You must be... I don't know you. My name is Nasu Films. Oh, Nasu Films. You're a gunslinger, yes, by the looks of it. Well, Cannon was too. Much better than you, I bet. He was good at gunslinging. Before, you killed him and all that, left him to die. Abandoned your companion. Locked him away. Well, that's fine. I know how trustworthy you could be.
Companion is a stretch.
All right, well. Yeah. Who is your second in command? Who would you like to bring with you? Because I really only need to talk to... well, I don't even really need to talk to another one. But I will give you that courtesy and not leave anyone out of the picture. So who would you like to bring?
Mitos, you're more familiar with
All right, then.
war.
The Leonin. I like that. And this guy's too red and regalious? Nah, fuck off. And Humphrey. Excuse me. I'm not going to repeat myself, mister. Your wine is shit. Too expensive. And frankly, what the fuck is going on? You look ugly as fuck.
I put my hand on Humphrey's shoulder.
And he is trembling.
And I'm just gonna lean down and whisper.
Last I checked, it was the Regalius family that sold us out, in part to the High Elves and Glaucon Meridian. So, honestly, perhaps I just execute you right here and now. And Humphrey, well, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything.
None of us do.
Last I checked, your relations with the High Elves are quite nice. What do you think? That just came out of nowhere? Do you think the High Elves...
He is the kind-hearted and
Shut the
innocent.
fuck up.
Oh, okay.
Let's just move this on.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yikes. This is fun.
Last I checked, you knew my name for a reason. I am Thonian Caskbow, and you will all treat me with respect. Right now. Now, that's not me saying that I'm above you by any means, but I'm not just some guy. I'm not some tabaxi lounging about. I've been fighting this war for over 2,500 years. Is that clear? All right then.
Crystal.
Yes. Now let's go. I've got a nice bar here. This is the last tavern in this, side of Lake Respite. It's called the Minor Inconvenience. Because there's miners up there. It's funny.
Oh,
Yeah, it was named before this was the last bastion of humanity sort of situation. So Let's go there, huh? Shall we?
How long have these trees been here?
Oh, those? I wasn't here for that. I don't know. I think Titus erected those when he was batting away Glaucon last time. It's pretty glorious, isn't it? Felonius could never do anything like that. That's crazy. But Felonius was a fucking coward. Know that. Titus is not. And that is why I will follow him.
Sure, I
And
can learn
show-
a lot from you.
And so will you.
Let's walk, please.
Sure. Yes, let's go down there. Red guy and stinking shit regalious man. You go and fuck off somewhere. I don't know. Piss in your bottle and drink that. Better than your wine. And Humphrey. Okay, all right. Is it fine?
I'm gonna mouth it.
Yeah, and turns around. Back into the ship. And the Chaos Warriors you see
Oh, I don't want to go.
sit on either side of the ladder. You were led into town. You see some of the townsfolk. Bowing their heads. They look haggard. Crops all around. In a ruinous state. Very little. See a lot of them look a bit thin. Including some of the warriors of chaos you see. A bit gaunter in the cheeks. You're led to a building. Looks like a farmhouse of some sort. In home, it looks to be. Some family. Led down into the basement. A man, older in his years. Greetings, as you walk down into their basement. And you find yourself in a basement bar. A neat use of space. Stone, cobbled stone on the walls, darker, lit dimly by small candelabras swinging from the roof with flame of orange. You see behind a half-orc behind the bar. Pale green-skinned gentleman with cropped jet black hair, small tusk-like teeth, and a bulging lower jaw appears to be cleaning a glass with a wet rag. His clothes rather fine, a thin cotton shirt rolled at the sleeves and accented by a black vest, the first two buttons undone, revealing sparse hair upon his pale, muted green chest.
Is that the same Vavork that was the bartender at that other bar? He lived. Oh, I really liked him.
Hey there, Percy. Hello there. What can I get for all of you? I'll order for them. We'll get 3 of Hirsch's Pale Ale. I think that fits for this group connected to Vivian and Dagamaras, yeah? Sure.
I wasn't there for that.
No, you weren't.
He's dead. I was panicked.
All right, then. All right, I'll have that run up for you.
I want to make sure that he's not doing anything weird with my drink.
Okay, make a perception check.
How many other people are in here?
A few. 12, 15.
3 tens in a row. Perception 13.
Okay. Sits down at the chair. One of the booths attached to the space or to the wall. Please sit down.
Let's sit.
This must be quite weird for you. Talking to me. I'm never gonna get tired of it.
It's very off-putting.
Yeah. It's all right. I was already taking control of Cannon's body when you were acting all funny. So I was able to use that blood magic.
That's what happened.
Indeed. You see, I'm a sanguimancer. One of the last of my kind. Descendant of one of the sanguine lords themselves.
Sanguine blood?
Yes, I'm a sanguimancer. Bloodmancer, blood magic.
What is that?
So
Magic? Can it...
It has nothing to do with Hecate. At all, actually. I pull not from the pools of Hecate. I'm not even connected. I pull from the power of the soul, the power of Balanzar, and from the power of blood. It all holds its own magic, its own power. You know that magic is all throughout the air. You're a Grandmore.
course.
You know that, and everything has some bit of magic in all the elements. There are three. There's life, there's death, and there's magic. And everything has some of it. I just happen to pull more from blood, which is connected, of course, to life itself. So, I'm a Sangomancer.
I have a million questions to ask.
Well, you can't ask them now. But, what was that thing you flew in? That was quite interesting.
It's a new invention. An airship.
Glorious.
And more in make. Yes.
Yes, that's very nice. That's nifty. I was not expecting it. I thought you were going to be meandering through the streets, seeing those great pillars of Balanzar and getting all wet from the rain. But no, you flew in, you're dry as a kite.
Well, we still got a little bit on us.
Well, drink hearty of it. That's the blood of a Titan god. And that's glorious in its own right.
He's bleeding on us. He did that before. For a
So,
while, in the beginning of all of it.
I'm sure that is fitted with some weaponry then.
Some. We weren't able to put as many as we wanted because things got pushed up.
Yeah, I see that. Yes, we had to push it up. Some of the people got captured in Cruel, along with your folks. Yes,
Yes.
Dagamoris and the little drow girl. Oh, Erlendai, sorry, I should have. Even from that period.
Yes.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have no ill will towards Dagamoris or Vivian. If they're magic using Erlendai, then golly, I fought alongside those fuckers. They can spit it. They are powerful in their own right. They got that cool hair and everything. It's nice. I wouldn't kill
Cool
them.
air?
I don't know. It's stark white. It's nice.
Oh,
you
cool
got
hair.
Yeah. I mean, well, from what I've heard of Vivian, she's nothing. She's anything but cool. She's a bit of a shrimp. That's weird too, because the last female Airlander I saw were, climbable, huge. But yeah, runt's a runt, right?
Sure. She's very powerful.
I'm sure she is a necromancer, which makes me want to kill her on sight, rip her apart, eat out her heart, all that. But
Says soul transmuting Sangomancer. But
it's not a soul transmitter.
It's close enough.
But I won't be doing that. If she's in Cruel, she's probably already dead. You should know that.
Or worse.
Or worse, yeah, that's true. Could have thought of that. Anyway, I apologize for pushing it up. It is what it is, but Gabriella's in there. You fought her, I believe. She was telling me about how your prowess and how charismatic you were. In fact, everybody has so much nice things to say about you.
That's a change.
Yes, Titus Markwood himself, the king of the Southern Realms, and a few of the Chaos Warriors.
Oh, that's kind of badass. Damn.
And they
At
said
the
that
mention
one.
of his name.
No, I mean, yeah, and he says plenty of good things about you. Gabriella also, I even heard something. Zed was saying that he liked your hair. Zetaxanos. That's crazy. Now, Denzoro has nothing but absolute awful things to say about you. He thinks that you're the swill of the earth, a human detached from humanity. He's convinced that you're going to betray us in some way, shape, or form. He's spewing off all this nonsense. Now, that wouldn't be true, now, would it? Because Denzoro is quite insightful, I've found. No matter how crazy he might be, if you betray me, and you see all the Chaos Warriors, well, I mean, you're in sort of the belly of the beast right now. So, how about you tell me straight? Yes or no, nothing else. Are you going to betray me? And now keep in mind, I've spent a lifetime surrounded by only souls, the rawest part of anybody, right down into their very being, and I can see yours right now, trembling. So go ahead. Go ahead right now. Tell me, are you going to betray us? Or are you with Titus Markwood?
Titus Mirkwood and I had a conversation.
I said yes and no. And if the next words out of your mouth aren't yes or no, then I freeze your blood where it is and I just move a tiny little marble of coagulated flesh right to your brain. So, yes or no. And there's only one right answer. It just needs to be true.
Yes, I'm with Titus Mirkwood.
Deception check.
Flash?
You have a flash of genius.
Flash?
I will use that.
Okay.
You have all of them, don't you?
I
Yes.
do, but I can only use one at a time.
He just piles on plus 20 to any roll.
Deception. $27.
Oh my god. Okay. Jeez. That's a natural 8.
Bless.
Insight.
Thank
Natural 8 insight that goes
God.
Okay, I'm like plus what? Because I'm not about to.
plus 12. It still wouldn't get it. So, you're good.
God.
Okay. All right. That was a good answer. Now let's enjoy some massive flagons of ale. I sure do love on a bloody Wednesday. You don't get that. It's from another time.
You do. You remember that.
A bloody Wednesday?
Crypto. It's a password.
Oh.
So, the plan is right now. The armies of Shenton haven't reached us yet. But they will be here tomorrow. On the morn. Now, we're not marching tomorrow because we still have a lot of things to go over. We're going to march on the 3rd of August. That is when we march into Cruel. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to reach Cruel, because again, it's a couple days' travel.
Right.
But we can begin our march into Cruel then. You probably won't be seeing much of Titus right now, because he's right now in the process of making war plans and whatnot with all of his more favored lieutenants. He doesn't really like me all that much. I'm a little bit talkative. I'm a little bit feisty. You know how it is. But that's fine. I know he likes me somewhere in there. He doesn't need to like me. I'm a Casper. Regardless, I need to know if you're going to be on the ground with us or if you're going to be in the air. If you're in the air, then you're going to be coming or going with a few lieutenants of Titus Mirkwood's to keep an eye on you a little bit.
Hopefully not the one that doesn't like me.
Oh, no, Denzel 100% is going to be down on the ground. He's not a... Why would I... No, he's one of the most powerful paladins of the Chaos Titan we have. Would never put him up in the ship. That's useless. However, you will be with Morgan de Lesto and Zeta Taxanos, the two remaining lieutenants of Mr. Mirkwood.
Right.
Both of them with fair amounts of range, and honestly, you just fly low enough to the ground, Morgan surprise a motherfucker. He'd just jump right off. Right off, roll into some undead and cut them all down. But we'll have to fashion a couple of safety measures on your ship.
Wait, like what?
Some sigils of Balazar that we let loose if you ever fly away.
Woof. Woof. They're gonna deface Hayduke's good woodworking.
And I'm sure you know what the bow of a sigil of Balazar can be. Correct?
I've seen it.
Yes, you have. It's gorgeous, and it will cut right through that hole. In fact, we'll just put it around whatever engine you fashioned. I don't know what those gizmos are going on in there, but we'll just make sure that whatever happens, and whatever use it has, is gone. And then you fucking plummet to the ground. Because that's betrayal. And that can't go unpunished. You'll find to the death here. Whatever side loses is dying. Dust in the wind. I have watched Kraldi's run through our people for too long, betraying and stabbing the back of everything that we have tried to accomplish. I'm not letting that piece of shit that's sitting right there in the Erlendish throne walk away without my boot so far up his ass the necromancy won't know what to do with me. I'll turn to bones and crawl up that man's pee hole before I leave, Cruel. I swear to whatever Gamerian Heltarim walks no more after August 4th. I tell you that.
My conviction is
Weak.
not as strong as yours.
Weak, then. And you will grow to have that same conviction because you look around. This is all there is left. If we fall, then you kiss Sventon goodbye. You kiss any memory of Grandmore's goodbye. You kiss Voss goodbye. Whatever is in that undead citadel isn't just going to march through the southern realms. They march all over, and we have no idea what they're doing. I didn't know what Kraldi was up to when he was a Gamerian. When it was his fucking poppy who barely had the sperm in his balls to make Gamerian. But they were fashioning plans. Oh, they were. And whether or not I know them, I know you've seen the Scarf Cruel. And it didn't exist when I lived. But I walked over there and I saw it, and I can't believe what everyone here has let happen. For thousands of years it says that this scar has sat there. And we've been afraid to sit here, and you're sitting here saying that your resolve isn't as great as mine. Why?
Because I don't have all the years you have. I don't have all the knowledge you have. But I can assure you that I'm here for a reason. You've doubted me, what, thrice now? I'm here to fight.
You see that man over there? And he points to a large chaos warrior riddled in scars, jaw showing, tongue licking molars. You know how long that man's been fighting? Longer than the memory of memories existed. You see that woman over there? You see another female chaos warrior, one eye missing, the muscles still moving around in the socket. She's doing the same. Pumped full of so much magic and energy that she's walking this earth far longer than many elves. All to see this fight through. All to make sure that all of us, human and human alike, or allies with humans or whatnot, can live to see the sun outside of the shade of someone's boot. That's all I want. That's all any of these people want. And if you don't have the resolve, then... If you don't have the resolve equal to mine, regardless of years, then I don't know. I was, 2 years older than you when I marched into a throne room with the resolve to kill the queen. And from what I've heard, your resolve was... unconscious, along with your physical form for most of it. Fighting alongside the elves, last I recall.
I suppose I'll just have to prove myself to you in the coming days.
The first step is saying that you have the resolve to fight until you fucking die. Because if you don't, then your legacy, whatever you had planned, it don't matter. Oh, Siren, do you not understand that?
I do understand that.
Well then, say that your resolve is equal to mine.
I just met you.
Okay, I understand that. But I don't care. I don't care if I just met this lady. From her face, I can tell that she would give her life. Right now. Is that right? Would you give your life for Voss? Would you give your life for the ability for people to live free of tyranny of the High Elves or Gamerian, Glaucon Meridian? Would you do that?
Yes.
Earnestly, would you do that?
Yes.
I believe her. wholeheartedly, stern in the face, and yet something's holding you back, and I don't know what it is. And Percy puts the ale in. Hey, here's some ale. Here you go. Here you go. What should we cheers to? Oh, to Titus Markle. And he, to the Chaos Warriors. Sit down. To Titus Markwood, yes. And to freedom of humanity.
Freedom.
And that is where we will end it for today.
It's so much more hostile than I thought. I knew it was going to be hostile. Yikes. He lumped you in with Humphrey Regalius in the fight for humanity.
He's really trying to get Osiris' goat right now.
It seems like the goat has been got.
I get it, though.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. It was lovely. This session was the kindling to the roaring flame of the end of this arc.
More arc, baby.
Oh, it's not the end of the war arc, but it is the end of...
Oh, it's the beginning of the war arc.
War!
End of the King of the South?
Glaucon?
Nope.
Okay.
We're not on your side with that, man.
Anyway, thank you for joining us. If you tuned in a bit late, then you can watch our abridged episodes. All that good stuff is on our YouTube. And again...
It's like I'm still sitting at that bar, huh?
End of the Worm King, maybe. Get him, got his ass.
Check out our art as well. You can see the true King of the South in all his glory and the rage of humanity on our Instagram right now. That is the art piece that Dina Ingley made for us. But we hope that you will tune in next week, Thursday, 6:30 p.m. PST, to see what is going on. Hopefully, we have one new person, possibly. And Tristan Neighbors back again. That is Tristan with an O. And let's raid now. Let's raid somebody now.